These are the best things to see, do, and eat in San Diego's Balboa Park. I'm gonna turn the camera on so you can see what I can see. Balboa Park is one of the USA's biggest urban parks. It is also one of San Diego's #1 attractions. The history of this place dates back to the 1800s when it was originally dedicated by the city of San Diego to be used as a park, but really got its claim to fame when it was hosting some world fairs, particularly to celebrate the opening of the Panama Canal in the early 1900s. And this was actually one of the world's fairs hosted by one of the smallest cities. San Diego only had 40,000 citizens when they hosted this world fair that they created this park. So a lot of the architecture really cool. It is this Spanish Colonial Revival style, and these buildings that were used for this world fair have now been turned into a lot of museums. This is the home of San Diego's museums. Not all of them, but the majority of them are here. This is the Museum of Us, where you can learn about people. You can see mummies. You can learn about people who eat people, like cannibals. This is the quadrangle, or the grand entrance into Balboa Park. And right where I started this, looking down this way, is the Cabrillo Bridge that goes over the 163 freeway, named the Cabrillo Bridge to commemorate Juan Cabrillo, the explorer who basically is famous for discovering San Diego in the early 1500s, mid-1500s. A lot of great archways, a lot of great place to take pictures, and as we go through on this walk exploring the historic part of Balboa Park, really this is called they call it the Mesa, or the Historic District. The park itself is like 1,200 acres. It's really, really big, but the historic section you can easily cover on foot in 1 or 2 days, depending upon how much time you want to spend in each museum and how much time you want to spend at the San Diego Zoo, because the San Diego Zoo is here too. Balboa Park, in addition to being home to museums, is also home to a cool theater. This is the Old Globe Theater. This just kind of like old British looking style theater. You can buy tickets over at the box office over there. They've got like indoor in the round. They've got like an outdoor theater. There's a cool little spot that you can kind of like picnic or eat at back here. And the San Diego Zoo is actually just behind it, although the entrance we're gonna find is quite far away. Okay, I'm gonna zoom through this section, speed up, and get you to the main fountain plaza. All right, so now that we're through those archways, this fountain, one of the major fountains at Balboa Park, but not the biggest. You could really consider this to be the main plaza right around here. We're gonna explore all of it, but one of the things you can see right now, there's this green tram right here. That's a free tram that'll take you around Balboa Park. Useful to get to the satellite parking when it's busy. Over here, we have the Balboa Park San Diego Museum of Art. They've got a little snack stand in front if you are looking for food. This is the San Diego Museum of Art Sculpture Garden on this side. The actual entrance to the main museum is in this building right over yonder. This park, wow, it looks kind of empty, doesn't it? Like there's all this stuff. They do a bunch of special events here. They do like Earth Day and things like that. So that's when this really fills up with things. Popular to roller skate, ride bikes through here, blow bubbles. There's a plane landing, Southwest plane right there, going into San Diego Airport. This is a great place for plane spotters to see the airplanes coming in. If you are flying into San Diego, definitely sit on the left side of the plane. That's where you're gonna get the best views of downtown San Diego as you are coming in. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this map, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do on this walk, where we've been, where we are. This is the Cabrillo Bridge. So we started right here in front of the Museum of Us with the California Tower, the Old Globe. We are right here at the Plaza de Panama, the main circle. We're gonna walk around over to the Botanical Building. We're gonna go to the main fountain. Back this way, we're gonna check out the Organ Pavilion. We're gonna see the Japanese Friendship Museum, the little international cottages, the Comic-Con Museum. We're gonna transport back to this fountain, and then we're gonna walk over to the San Diego Zoo and see the stuff along the way, including the over 100-year-old carousel. But all this land is Balboa Park. We are not gonna be checking out the golf course or the velodrome or the disc golf course. If you like disc golf course, it is pretty fun over there. But no, not for today's video. Okay, so we're gonna go down the side of El Prado. This is the main pedestrianized street through Balboa Park. El Prado means the meadow. There we go, feels like a meadow. Beautiful lights that light up at night, although not much happens in Balboa Park at night. This really best time to come is between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. if you want everything to be open. There are some things that stay open past 4 p.m., but if you want everything to be open 10 to 4, those are your hours. And if you want to beat the crowds, because it can get really busy and parking can really be challenging, come at 9:30 before all the crowds get here, before everything opens. You can park, take your pictures, and then get in the museums when they open at 10. Okay, this little pond here and the associated building, the Botanical Building, is San Diego's #1 most photographed building. This building, the Botanical Building, when it was built for one of those world fairs, it was the largest lattice structure around. You can see it has a wood lattice up on top. It was closed for many, many years, but has reopened, which is pretty cool. This little pond right here, it's got some ducks, it's got some koi fish in it. So this is one of the most popular places to take pictures, as you can see by the gigantic zoom lens. Probably trying to get in there, take some pictures of those fish. Okay, the Botanical Building is one of those things that is free to go in, so we'll go ahead and explore. And their hours are 10 to 4. There you go, 10 to 4, generally 7 days a week, though there are going to be some things like when we get to the cottages that are just open on weekends. Oh, by the way, it's 10 to 4, but they are closed on city holidays. So if you're here on like Christmas or Thanksgiving, then no dice for you in the Botanical Building. All right, so it's cool. It's like a botanical garden inside the building. Nice and cool in here. Not air conditioned, like it's not like, you know, a glass house or something like that. Glass house, a greenhouse. Lots of cool plants in here. So if you enjoy plants or you enjoy lattice structures, definitely hop on in here. Check out the Botanical Building. And if you don't, just get a picture of you in front of it so you can have one of your selfie with San Diego's most photographed building. It reopened in December of 2024. All right. Going this way, another cool fountain over here. This one pretty small. This little area, I've seen them do like movie events at night, like for the kids. You can come out here and watch a movie in the summer. Another really popular special event in Balboa Park is December nights. So in the December months, usually in the early December, they do like a big holiday nighttime extravaganza, lots of lights, lots of entertainment, lots of food. Busy, so busy. That is like that and Earth Day are probably the biggest events held here at Balboa Park. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go this way, and we're gonna go through one of these buildings, because the inside of these buildings are pretty cool. Like when you come here, just spend some time. If you see like an open door or an open archway, wander in, because it's pretty much all free to wander around and explore. There's plenty of restrooms abound, clean restrooms. The best ones I find are the ones by the, certainly inside any museum, they're gonna be the cleanest, but the ones that aren't inside a museum, in front of the Prado Restaurant that we'll check out in a bit, those are generally my go-tos to visit. But cool building right here. They often have like flower shows in here, like check out exhibits of like roses or poppies. Let's see, what does this say? This is the home to the San Diego Floral Association. So these are some of their workshops you can take tours of gardens throughout the city. And then it gives you maps of some of the other gardens that are here. The Australian Garden, okay, which is one of the gardens that we will not walk through. I told you we can't walk through everything in this park, but that's a free one to go in. One of my favorites that isn't free is the Japanese Friendship Garden, and that one has beautiful cherry blossoms if you're here in the April time frame. Okay, we are back on El Prado, the main pedestrian walkway that goes through, and we are heading roughly east, I'll say. So inland, away from the ocean. You can see on the sign, El Prado and Village Place. When we come back and go to the zoo, we're gonna come down this way. So remember this when I transport us back here to that street sign. That's where we're gonna go. Over here on the left, going up this hill, we have the Natural History Museum. So if you want to learn all about dinosaurs, this is going to be your place. I got a 5-year-old daughter. She loves dinosaurs. I feel like if you've got kids, they probably love dinosaurs too. Who doesn't love dinosaurs? 3 cheers for dinosaurs. This fountain is really the main fountain in Balboa Park. And you might be looking at it and go like, Chris, that's really small for a main fountain. Depending upon the wind, it goes higher or lower. So if you were here on a day that's not very windy, and actually you can see it kind of going up right now, it gets taller. It actually gets really quite tall. There is a bridge over to the left that goes over Park Boulevard, and the Rose Garden is just on the other side. So if you like roses, head across the street. And if you've got kiddos, they will enjoy a visit over here to the Reuben H. Fleet Science Center. I spent a lot of time growing up in San Diego at this museum. They also have a cafe that you can get some food inside. Right now, it looks like they've got some exhibitions on the Blue Angels, and they've also got an exhibition on the survival of the slowest. So if you want to know all about sloths and how they survive, pay a visit to the Reuben H. Fleet Science Center. Okay, if we look down this way, this is a look into some of the side gardens that are in Balboa Park. And this is why I say, get off the beaten path and explore. There's lots of these cool little nooks and crannies that you can get away from the crowds. On busy weekends, you will also find a ton of vendors and performers that are out here. And of course, balloon artists. Yes, we see a lovely balloon artist over this way. My favorite singular museum is inside this building, and we're gonna take a look at the sign, and I will let you guess which museum that is for the moment, and then I'll tell you when we get inside. All right, you see the sign, you read the museums, you got a guess as to which one's my favorite? Okay, I'll tell you in a little bit. Some cool kind of like chandeliers up here that look like they should have candles inside of them. We've got some person on there wheelie roller skates. Inside is the San Diego History Center. You can learn all about the history of San Diego. This is a Smithsonian affiliate museum. Learn about the America's Cup, learn about how it comes to San Diego, the history and tradition. There's a little cafe over in the corner back here. Coffee, snacks, bananas, burgers, breakfast. But my favorite museum is this one right down here, the San Diego Model Railroad Museum. That's right, it's a whole museum full of model trains. If you have kids or you are a kid at heart, definitely check that one out. You will have to pay to go into that one. Here, if you want to see just some like historic pictures or photos of what the park looked like in 1915 for the original exposition, they've got that there, and then the second exposition in 1935. All right. So going this way, the train museum, kids getting free, so that's a good deal too. Just pay for the adults. Okay, we are now back on the main El Prado, and just look at these cool buildings. I mean, there's like nothing much like them in California. California is often a place that people say has no history, has no culture, has no interesting architecture, because it's all just boring. But this is pretty interesting. It looks like you're walking around maybe a city like Madrid in Spain. Okay, and that's where we started, down there by that minor fountain. We got a sign up there that says Balboa for Balboa Park. We've got someone preparing to play the violin over here. And in this next building, this is where we're going to find Balboa Park's finest restaurant. If you want to do some sit-down dining and not just have something to eat from a cart, this is going to be the place that you will want to do it. And no, it is not the Prado Perk. They have a coffee shop and a cart in here too, but they have a nice sit-down restaurant called the Prado Restaurant. Yes, that's right. Everything here is the Prado. El Prado for the street, the Prado for the restaurant. They do a lot of special events in here. This is where my favorite clean restrooms are. So if you're looking for those, you will also find the Park Visitor Center up ahead in the corner. So if you need to get some information, some maps, things like that, you'll also find the main park gift shop in here. Cool fountain and the restaurant right here. Looks like they're hosting trivia night. Live music, drinks, specials, no entry fee for trivia night. It is San Diego's premier wedding venue. See, I kid you not that they do a lot of special events, and this is their historic courtyard garden. The building it's in is called the House of Hospitality, and this is their little coffee shop on the side if you want some coffee or muffins. Okay, there's another place to eat over here in this museum on the corner, and then there's also kind of a cool gift shop in there. And if we go this way, we're gonna go towards the Japanese Friendship Garden. The Japanese Friendship Garden is the one garden that yours truly is a member of, because we always like to come here every year for the cherry blossoms. Over here on the right, we've got someone doing some paintings out here in the park. A lovely day to do a painting. And turning this way, we can look into the Japanese garden over this way. This is the paid area of the garden, and if you were here in April, all of that would look pink down there. Cool. Okay, the entrance to the Japanese garden is just up ahead to the left. Watch out for people riding their bikes on the sidewalk, apparently. Bike shouldn't be on sidewalks, little one. Bike should be out on the street. Those of us on the sidewalks appreciate it. Thank you. Another spot to eat if you're looking for some quick eats and you enjoy Japanese food is going to be the Tea Pavilion at the Japanese Friendship Garden and Museum, they say on their sign. They've got like, I don't know, a little museum of like bonsai trees or things like that. This place in the winter is open 11 to 4. In the summertime, they're open 10:30 to 6, except on Monday where they close early. You can see they've got some like Japanese desserts in here, some Japanese drinks, some Japanese snacks, udon, soba, teas, matcha, as you would expect. And a little eating area out here that has some views that look out onto the Japanese garden. The Japanese garden is open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The garden itself, last admission 6 p.m. and the admission is $16. Over in here, this is the Organ Pavilion. This is one of the world's largest pipe organs. And it's still operational. So they will do organ concerts out here. They are free to come out and enjoy the organ concerts when Balboa Nights is here. This is where they'll have some of the major performances for Balboa Nights and some popular places for wedding photos, quinceanera photos, engagement photos. Any photos are definitely going to be in this colonnaded area just to the sides of the Organ Pavilion. The organist, the person who plays the organ, is actually an employee of the city of San Diego. Yes, the city of San Diego has a organist on staff. I feel like organist sounds like someone who should like harvest human organs. Is that just me? All right, there's some restrooms that are out here. I find these not to be the cleanest. These are definitely the busiest, most visible. We got another one of these green trams over this way. We're gonna try and cross the street without getting run over. Over this way takes us to the United Nations Association of San Diego, to all of the international cottages, all these little houses, which also have these red terracotta tiles on the top, all represent a different country. So this here is the House of Mexico, and they all sort of have different hours. Like if you want to be sure they're open, come on a weekend, they're open most weekends, but sometimes they're open different hours. And you can see they have some people, some information about Mexico, some cool, colorful things. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And friendly people inside. We have the House of the Philippines right here. Still a country I have yet to go to. They give you a map to show you where the Philippines are, tell you about the people of the Philippines. So that's cool. All right. Some of these properties, this one hasn't been remodeled yet. The House of Pacific Relations looks like it needs some tender, loving care. Okay, let's go down this way, because this will take us to the bigger section. This lady's got the sign for the House of Italy. Where's the House of Italy? It's this way. Shop the World in Balboa Park. This is the gift shop on the left. We've got, well, it says Todd Gloria, the mayor of San Diego. Looks like he's got a little booth out here. There's a couple of food trucks that park out this way. They're probably not always there, but they are there today. We've got the House of Scotland getting their kilts. I'm really hoping for some bagpipes a little bit later. That should be a lot of fun. We have the House of China with some signs about the Asian Pacific Cultural Festival. Let's see inside this house. Some cool Chinese dolls on the side. Let's take a look inside the Scotland house. Ooh, there we go. Scotland of old. There's probably a reason for these Scottish folks to wear their kilts. When else do they get to wear their kilts? We have the House of Norway. I always want to call Norway Norwegia for some reason. But we've got some cool chairs inside the House of Norway. We've got some cool dolls over there. And a little place that your kiddos can take some selfies with some big ears. What else we got? We got the House of Denmark. We got the House of Poland. We've got the Ireland House. We've got the House of Finland. And House of Colombia. House of England. The Sister Cities Association is setting up here. We've got the Germany House. But Germans must be sleeping in today. So there we go. No Germans at the German house. But there's a picture of what the Germans look like and some information about how you could enroll in German language classes if you wanted sprechen Sie Deutsch. Yes, my Espanol is Espanol is more bueno than my Deutsch. My Espanol is actually not more bueno. Okay, over here on this side, we have the Air and Space Museum, the Automobile Museum, and the Comic Con Museum. Oh, and if you're looking to shoot some hoops, there's also the San Diego Municipal Gym over here. This building with a ton of basketball courts inside. And now, because we're going to transport, we're here at this Pan American Plaza, we're going to transport back to that area that I showed you near the fountain so that we can then walk over towards the zoo, check out the model railroad, the carousel, and the entrance to the zoo. I'll see you over there. And here we are back on El Prado, the fountain over there, the big one, that's bigger. That windy is over here. We're going to turn left just before the Natural History Museum and go down this way. Some friendly park rangers stomping over here, keeping the park safe, in good condition. Parking, all free parking in Balboa Park, though challenging. You will find some parking interior to the park like this. I usually have the best luck over by the Comic Con Museum. If you can't park over there, across Park Boulevard, there's like the satellite parking lots. I don't know if you call them satellite parking lots. They're just across the street, across the street from the historic district, over by the City of San Diego Parks Administration building. If you park over there, you can walk across the street, or you can take the tram over. There's no real good public transportation that'll bring you here in the form of like the trolley, like the San Diego trolley doesn't really come here. It comes near here. So your best bet, if you're not driving, probably to take an Uber or Lyft, and they'll probably typically drop you off at that Plaza de Panama with the other fountain if you just typed in Balboa Park. But if you wanted to go to a specific museum, stick that in so you get actually where you want to go. There's a historic theater over here, the Casa Del Prado Theater. And this road here in the back, Old Globe Way, you can walk like the back way to take you over there. There is a cool Moreton Bay Fig Tree over here. This thing is, I consider this the San Diego's version of the Maui banyan tree. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of banyan trees that are popular in Hawaii. Some of them are really big, but this is definitely our big tree. It's so historic, you want to keep it protected, that the whole tree has a big fence around it. And this one, do they tell us when it was planted? I don't know. This one says these trees were first planted in 1859. This one was planted in 1915. It's 70 feet high, 120 feet wide, and the trunk is 16 feet in diameter. So there you go. There's some interesting statistics. Over there, there's the Village Grill. I don't know if it ever opens. I don't know if that place ever opens. They're not open today. But maybe they'll be open when you come here. No guarantees. I wouldn't put that on your list of places that you must eat at. Okay, so going across the street this way, this is the cool Spanish Village Art Center. I think there's a little bit of a hidden gem in Balboa Park that many people don't know about this place because it's just a little off the beaten tourist path. But it's always one of my favorite places to go into. Also, to get away from the crowds, you'll find a lot of local artisans here. We've got like a little glass artisan. We've got print and cards over here. You can see some cool art here of probably these buildings in this little village. Spanish style cobblestones, or in this case Mexican style cobblestones. I mean, it's Spanish because of Spanish were the ones that, first colonized California. There's a unique sculpture back here in the Sculptors Guild. Like, take a look at this thing. This is cool. I need one of these. I wonder how my wife Osigro would feel if I brought this back for our yard. Cool. Osigro, leave a comment. Leave a comment when you watch this video and let me know. Cool pink bougainvillea here. So, this is a great place if you're looking for some souvenirs to bring back from San Diego. You want to bring back something authentic. It says made here locally. Definitely this art supports the local artisans. The sign tells me there's more art this way. Southwestern Artists Association. Let's see what's down the little more art cul-de-sac. 24, 25, 26, 27. I guess these are the numbers of the different studios. Can we get out this way? No, it's just a little interior courtyard. But we're heading in the direction of the zoo. If you're gonna do the zoo and you wanna do Balboa Park, don't do them in the same day. There's too much stuff in either. Like the zoo really probably is an all-day thing. I mean, it could be a half-day thing, like if you don't really like animals. Like if you got started early, you get there when the zoo opens and then do Balboa Park afterwards. Or if you come in the winter, you come around like Halloween. Sometimes the zoo stays open pretty late. They stay open later in the summer too. So, but I would say most people probably can easily spend a whole day at the zoo and then a whole day at Balboa Park if you really enjoy museums, if you're here with kids. No, their zoo has two campuses. There's the San Diego Zoo, which is this one in Balboa Park, and then there's the Safari Park, which is the one that has more land, has the safari you can go to where you can see the animals in their native habitats. That one is about 30 to 40 miles north of here in Escondido. But it's pretty cool if you do go to the safari park, then you'll definitely want to take the tram out into the safari area. That's the number one thing, to be kind of in these vehicles, out with the animals without any cages or fences between you and them. This over here is the Balboa Park Railroad, which is this little model railroad that runs around. Super popular for these little kiddos. It's been here since 1948, and this is one growing up. My mom and dad would often take me here to ride the little model trains at this model railroad. Looks cooler when there's actually people and a model train to ride, but alas, they are not running today. You will find them 11 to 5:30 weekends and holidays. Tickets are $4.50 a ride. The entrance to the San Diego Zoo is just over here on the left, and we'll check out that front entrance in just a moment. But first, I want to show you to the right to show you the cool carousel. Okay, we're going to speed up and walk over there. Well, and wouldn't you know it, darn my luck, closed today, but this carousel is over 100 years old. It was built in 1910, and it was recognized as a historically significant carousel, and it's cool to ride when it's open. Okay, let's go back to the front of the zoo. All right, and here we are at the front entrance to the San Diego Zoo. This is definitely not going to be free. This is definitely going to be the most expensive attraction to visit in Balboa Park, but it's worth it. If you like zoos, this is one of the world's best zoos. And if you like selfies, while the Botanical Building is the #1 most photographed building in San Diego, in Balboa Park, I think this is the #1 most photographed thing. Like if you look for selfies in San Diego, everybody takes a selfie with this lion here in front of the San Diego Zoo, so you can too. Well, fellow explorers, if you are planning a visit to the San Diego Zoo, you might enjoy my San Diego Zoo guide right up here. Or if you want to check out where San Diego and California got its start, you might enjoy my walking tour of Old Town San Diego State Park. Links are also in the description below. And as usual, I won't say goodbye because I'll see you in the next video.